is the world between wars. The world between wars, 1900 to 1950, part 2. In this lesson, we learnt about Russian Socialist Revolution. Russian Revolution, Russian Socialist Revolution 1917. Before going to the lesson, once again we recollect about World War One. When was World War One happened? World War One was happened from 1914 to 1918. Here we told that Russian Revolution is 1917. So when was the Russian Revolution started? That means the World War time, the First World War time. In the First World War time, Russian Revolution was started. For this reason only, Russia was withdrawn from the World War One. For this reason, for an internal revolution, Russia was withdrawn from the World War One. Here is the question. Why was Russia withdrawn from the World War One? Because of its internal revolution in 1917, Russia was withdrawn from the World War One. So this is, we already learned in the previous sessions. Okay, come to the present topic, Russian Socialist Revolution 1917. Before going to the lesson very deeply, first we must briefly discuss about Russia. The Russia is the largest country in the world. It was laid between Asia and Europe continents. Russia was laid between two continents. Asia is the largest country in the world. It has the third largest population in the world. It occupies third place in the population after China and India. In population, China occupies first place. Next place goes to India. Third place goes to Russia. So now present population of Russia is 156 million. The Russian emperors are called Tsars. Russian emperors are called Tsars. Tsarist Russia has Tsar's Russia has several nations like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenia. These are the nations in Tsar Russia. So what about the lifestyle of Russia? The Russian people are generally based on or depends on agriculture. Russian people generally based on agriculture. So most of the Russian people, like our India, they are dependent on agriculture. They are dependent on agriculture. So most of the lands owned by feudal lords. Most of the lands owned by feudal lands. Feudal lords are nothing but the jamindars. We call in India, they are the jamindars. Like our jamindars, Russia also having feudal lords. So the peasants of Russia always struggled by feudal lords. ఈ రష్యా రైతులు ఎప్పుడు కూడా ఈ ఫ్యూడల్ లార్డ్స్ చేత ఎప్పుడు కూడా సఫర్ అవుతూనే ఉండేవాళ్ళు. This is brief explanation about Russia and its lifestyle. So coming to the lesson, Russian Revolution. What are the causes for the Russian Revolution? What are the causes for the Russian Revolution? Outbreak causes for the Russian Revolution 1917. There are some social causes. There are some social causes. What are they? Generally, Russian society can be divided into two categories. Here, the Russian society can be divided into two categories. One is landlords or nobles, and second category is serfs. First category is landlords or the nobles, and second category is the serfs. Here, the landlords are very rich fellows. There is no doubt about it. They are leading a lavish lifestyle, but they won't pay any taxes to the government. They are having much lands. They are having much income. They lead a lavish lifestyle, but they won't pay any taxes to the government. Coming to the next category, serfs. Serfs are the agricultural slaves. Serfs are the agricultural slaves. They cultivate lands from landlords. They took the lands from landlords and they cultivated that. Serfs treated as slaves. Nobles are the very respectable persons and serfs are the slaves. Here the serfs are treated very humiliating way, even though the women of serf also treated very bad manner. Sometimes serfs are killed by kings and nobles also. Sometimes the serfs are killed by nobles and kings. And these serfs only pay the taxes to the government. The serfs only pay the taxes to the government, even though they are the poor fellows, even though they are the common people, but they must pay the taxes to the government. So this discrimination, this inequality is one of the cause for the Russian Revolution. And next cause is the literature. There are some writers in those days. The writer wrote some books. When these books are translated into Russian language, the Russian people are inspired by these books. For example, Leo Tolstoy wrote War and Peace, and Karl Marx Das Kapital and Communist Manifesto was translated into Russian language. When these books are translated into Russian language, the people of Russia inspired a lot towards communist ideology, towards socialist ideology. So this literature also one of the reason or one of the influence for revolution, Russian Revolution 1917. And we all knew that there is another cause, industrial revolution. For every reason, every revolution between the world wars, the cause is also, the main cause is also industrial revolution. Because of the industrial revolution, so many industries, because of the industrial revolution, so many industries are established. So many industries are established so that when the industries are established, the workers are getting employment. When the employment is high, automatically the labor unions are formed. These labor unions want equality, not only in social equality, they want equality in their working hours, equality in their places, they want equality in their wages, and they want equality in their society life also. So these labor unions want, when they want equality, this ideology, this was lead to the revolution. And next reason is the Russian political parties. Russian political parties is also one of the reason. The ideologies of these parties also the cause for the Russian Revolution. There are two major parties in Russia, namely Menshevik and Bolshevik. Menshevik party was founded by the Kerensky and Bolshevik party was founded by Lenin. Bolshevik party founder was Lenin. So what is the full name of Lenin? Vladimir Lenin. So these two parties are the socialistic parties. Even though they have some slight changes between their ideologies, but they want to establish a socialistic country in Russia. They want to see their country as a socialistic country. And one of the reason is the some of the parties that wants to see these ideologies, communism, are believing in the equalities, or maximum believing in the equality. They don't like the social discrimination. So these ideologies are having the parties Menshevik and the Bolshevik. So Menshevik and Bolshevik parties are having the this type of ideology inequality. So this is also one of the reason for Russian Revolution. And what is the immediate cause of the Russian Revolution? For every revolution, there is a trigger cause. There is an immediate cause. What is the immediate cause for the Russian Revolution? రష్యా రెవల్యూషన్ ఉన్నటువంటి ఇమీడియట్ కారణము ఏంటి? ప్రతి మూమెంట్ కి, ప్రతి రెవల్యూషన్ కి ఒక ఖచ్చితమైన కారణం ఉంటుంది. బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ దేర్ ఆర్ సో మెనీ కాజెస్ రన్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి, బట్ దెర్ ఈస్ అ ట్రిగ్గర్ కాజ్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద ట్రిగ్గర్ కాజ్ ఆఫ్ ద రష్యన్ రెవల్యూషన్? Disasters on World War I, that means battlefields, food shortage, fuel shortage, these all are happening because of Russia participating in World War I. Russia also participated in World War I besides of triple entente countries. So when Russia was entered into World War I, what is happening? All the disasters are happening. The industries are locked. Unemployment was rose. So all these are happening because of the World War I. So what is the trigger cause of the Russian Revolution? To participate in World War I is the trigger cause for Russian Revolution. If Russia participated in World War, what is happened? Why the revolution was started in Russia? Is there any problem to participate in World War I? Yes, of course. To participate in World War I, what is happening? The food was diversion to war front. The food was diversion to the war front. This leads to a huge food shortage in the Russian cities. When the diversion of food to the war front leads a huge food shortage in all the food diverted to the world, diverted to the war. All the food are diverted to the war. Then what about the local people, those who are living in the Russian cities? So they are facing a food shortage. The local people, the common people of Russia are facing a very, very, very food shortage. So they are very much starved. This leads and this leads the revolutionary feelings. Next, the industries are locked. All the soldiers, all are participant, and all the money was spent in the World War I. So there is no money in the Russia. So industries are locked. When the industries are locked, unemployment was rose. So Russian economy was bled extremely. In the war, to participate in the war, nearly 20 lakhs soldiers and civilians died. Unemployment was created a lot. So with all these reasons, all the political parties in Russia make a call against Russian Tsar to make a revolution. Against Russian Tsar. Who is the Russian Tsar in the World War time? Tsar Nicholas II is the Tsar at the World War I time. So in his period only, Russian Socialist Revolution also happened. So Tsar II, all the political parties in Russia together make a call against Russian Tsar Nicholas II to make a revolution. So this is the immediate cause of Russian Revolution. So this is the causes of the Russian Revolution. So when the people are affected by these conditions like starving, unemployment, there is no industries, there is a lot of anonymous deaths are occurred in the World War I. So all for these reasons, the people are making two revolutions. That is 1917 March Revolution or February Revolution and 1917 October Revolution. For all these reasons, two revolutions are happened in Russia. In 1917 only, there are two revolutions happened in Russia. One is the 1917 March Revolution and second one is the 1917 October Revolution. Coming to the first revolution, 1917 March Revolution. It was happened in February. It was happened in March 18th in 1917. It's the main reason food shortage in major cause revolution. So because of the war, there is a huge food shortage happened in the Russian cities. All the people are starved, all the people are very hungry, they don't get any food. So for this reason, on March 8th, 1917, around 10,000 women took out a procession demanding peace and bread. Peace, what is their demand? పీస్ అండ్ బ్రెడ్ ఈజ్ దేర్ డిమాండ్. మాకు శాంతి కావాలి, తర్వాత బ్రెడ్ అంటే ఆహారం కావాలి అనే ఒక నినాదంతో హూ ఎంటర్డ్ ద ఉమెన్ 10,000, around 10,000 women are participated, are starting this March revolution on March 8th, 1917. What are their demand? Peace and bread are their demand. So in the capital city St. Petersburg, 10,000 women are participating in March revolution. In this movement, labor unions also participated. So not only women, labor unions, those who are working in the industries, the workers of the industries, and also labor unions are participated in this March movement. So Tsar Nicholas II was ordered to army to suppress the demonstrators. So then at the time, who was the king? Nicholas II was the king. So he was ordered the army to suppress the demonstrators. అక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి ఉద్యమాన్ని అణచివేయమని చెప్పి జాన్ నికోలస్ టు ఆర్డర్ చేయడం జరిగింది ఆర్మీకి. బట్ విత్ ఇన్ 2 days the movement went so much out of hand. 2 days కంతా కూడా ఆ మూమెంట్ అనేది, రెవల్యూషన్ అనేది జార్ నికోలస్ టు చేయి దాటిపోయింది. సో వితౌట్ ఆప్షన్ జార్ వాస్ ఫెడ్ అవే, ఆయన పారిపోవడం జరిగింది. సో వెన్ ద జార్ వాస్ ఫెడ్ అవే, మెన్షివిక్ పార్టీ, ఫస్ట్ అండ్ నాన్ జార్ పార్టీ, ఫస్ట్ అండ్ నాన్ జార్ పార్టీ అంటే రాజరికానికి చెందనటువంటి ఒక పార్టీ. సో మెన్షివిక్ పార్టీ వాజ్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్డ్ ఎ ప్రొవిజనల్ గవర్నమెంట్. Provisional government in the sense temporary government. So Menshevik party was established a provisional government under the leadership of Prince Lov. Prince Lov అనే వ్యక్తి అధ్యక్షతలో ఒక కొత్త ప్రభుత్వాన్ని, తాత్కాలిక ప్రభుత్వాన్ని వాళ్ళు ఏర్పాటు చేయడం జరిగింది. వై? జార్ పారిపోయాడు కాబట్టి. ఓకేనా? సో దిస్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ మార్చ్ రెవల్యూషన్. ఓకే, there is a provisional government established, very nice. But this government also failed to rule the Russia or to satisfy the common people. Why? This government means who is the leader of the Menshevik? Kerensky is the leader of the Mensheviks. So here Kerensky also, are the provisional government also continued in World War I. Why they are continued in the World War I? They think that liberals and aristocrats think that to continue the war, to preserve the honor of the fatherland. They want to honor their fatherland. They want to honor their land, Russia. So here the provisional government also continued in World War I. Already, because of food shortage, there is a revolution in March was happened. But here, the government again continued in the World War. So common people already starved a lot. They are facing too much problems in the society about their food. So common people are not interested in the honor of the joining World War. They are not interested about war because they are already facing so many problems. So they formed as councils. They are not interested in the war. What they want peace and bread. మాకు యుద్ధం వద్దు, మాకు తినడానికి తిండి, మంచిగా ఉండటానికి శాంతి ఉంటే చాలనే మార్చ్ రెవల్యూషన్ చేశారు. బట్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రొవిజనల్ గవర్నమెంట్ డిడ్? Here also the government participated or continued in World War I. So the people are not interested in this government. So the people, common people, those who are not interested or those who are not like this provisional government are formed as councils. The common people are formed as councils, which were called Soviets. So the common people are formed as groups. The groups are called Soviets. In these Soviet groups, generally soldiers who damaged in the World War I and the soldiers who lost their jobs in the World War I are participated, and industrial workers also participated in the Soviets, and also common people in rural areas are also participated in Soviets. Peasants also participated in Soviets. So who are the members in Soviets? Soldiers, industrial workers, common people, rural area people, and the farmers are the peasant are the members in the Soviets. So these Soviets are channelized by Russian Communist Party called Bolsheviks. These Soviets are channelized by Bolshevik leader Lenin. Okay, now to every party needs a leader to elevate the movement. When the party is having a good leadership, then only the movement was elevated, then only the movement was focused, then only the movement was got their aim, then only the movement was reached its goals. So if there is a good leader only, it is happening. So here the Soviets are channelized by Russian Communist Party called Bolsheviks. Who is the leader? Here the leader is, in October Revolution, the leader is Lenin. He's such a good speaker. So Lenin came up some demands to attract Soviets. Lenin came up some demands to attract Soviets. What are the demands of Lenin? So Lenin took up the demands. Some are the demands took up Lenin. What are they? They are immediate peace. Number one, Lenin want immediate peace. Number two, nationalization of all land. Nationalization of all land. Number three, redistribution of lands to farmers. Redistribution of lands to farmers. And number four, control over the prices. Control over the prices. And number five, nationalization of all banks and factories. These are the demands of Lenin. ఏం చేస్తున్నాడు? ఫస్ట్ ఏం చెప్తున్నాడు? అతను కొన్ని డిమాండ్స్ తీసుకొని బోల్షిక్స్ వాళ్ళని సోవియట్స్ ని అట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాడు.